Living with intention. Get your sleep. It's Grateful Monday, and the Eagles get hit with COVID.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to a Monday. It's a brand new week. It is August 3rd, 2020. Day 296 of Gotta Get on Ellen. Oh my goodness, it's August already. It's not only August, it's August 3rd already. But it's Grateful Monday, so we're going to be grateful. Still have basically 2 whole full months left of summer. So we're going to focus on what is to come instead of what has now passed. It is Grateful Monday, like I said. So if you're not familiar, this is the day that I go over some of my own personal entries from my own personal gratitude journal to show how easy it can be to do a gratitude journal. Now, some of the things I was grateful for from this past week, well wishes from so many people for my speech that took place this past week. Also grateful that I think it went pretty well. Not perfect by any means. Some parts I wish went a little differently, but for the most part, I think it was pretty much a success. All of the wonderful things that people said about it, very grateful for that. I'm also very grateful that it is over. Loved doing it. It was nerve-wracking. It was exciting. It was scary. It was all of that. But it was quite a relief when it was over. Friends of mine from Pennsylvania in town this weekend to visit their sister. My friends Mark and Amy stopped by here for a little quick visit, so that was nice as well. And once again, my speech is still over. Another entry in my gratitude journal. Just trying to be a little funny there. One of the things I had said in my speech is you can't really repeat things much in your gratitude journal. So, yeah, it's still over. It's not like I said it's over. It's still over. Try not to repeat things more than once a week. For example, I got a question one time, can I count my workout as something I'm grateful for every day? No, because that defeats the purpose. You can be grateful for getting your workout done once a week. Then you have to find other things because that's the point of it. The purpose is to find more things in your life to be grateful for. As I'm looking around the house right now, I'm grateful for my lovely curtains that I've had for, I'm going to say 20 years now. They're very pretty. I like them a lot. Obviously, I still have them up after 20 years. I've moved them from house to house to house. All of the signs that I have up. I have a wonderful picture of the shack from LBI. I have a great map of Long Beach Island, and right below it, I have a great map of the Outer Banks. All kinds of stuff. My orchid. Oh, I'm loving my new orchid. Beautiful. I'm sorry, old orchid, if I'm hurting your feelings, but you haven't grown a stem for me in 3 years. That's right. I have an orchid that I've had for 9 years. And it's the first plant I've never killed. And it's not dead. It's still alive, but it doesn't grow the stem that produces the flowers. I don't think it likes this house. I don't know what it is. I've moved to several different spots. Just refuses to grow new stems. So I threw in the towel. Still have the old one, but I bought a new one this year, and it is a beauty. Love it. I'm going to talk a little bit more about flowers in our topic coming up. Some disturbing news for football fans. Not just Philadelphia Eagles fans, but particularly Philadelphia Eagles fans, but it seems that our coach, Doug Peterson, has tested positive for COVID. That's right. He's asymptomatic, so he's not feeling bad. He just has tested positive. So he's under self-quarantine for the next 2 weeks. Another player has tested positive as well. Is it Lane Johnson? I think it might be Lane Johnson. Also tested positive. We've seen what's happened with baseball, how we've already had a whole week postponed because of people testing positive. Ugh. I don't know. I saw in my Facebook memories, I think it was Saturday, saying football was on from either last year or the year before. I don't know which one, but yeah, that's August is when preseason used to start, typically starts. I'm just hoping we can get the season off and completed. I need my Sunday football. I need something to look forward to. Get better. Coach, please. Get back in there. Whip those boys into shape. So another interesting tidbit I saw on the news. Microsoft in talks to buy TikTok. If you haven't checked out TikTok, you really have to. Oh my gosh, it's so entertaining. So funny. And you can just waste hours on it, which I have. We don't really need another time suck in our lives, do we? But if, you have a little extra time, check out TikTok. Oh, it's fun. But TikTok has been threatened to be banned in this country. So Microsoft is trying to hurry up and finish off this deal to buy them. And then I think it will be safe. So we'll see what happens. Keep our fingers crossed for TikTok. I had posted some videos when I first joined, and then I kind of let it go. I kind of let it drop off. But we'll see. I may get back on there. It has exploded during this shutdown and quarantine time because people are bored. So they're making videos, they're watching videos, and it's all in good fun for the most part. So back to flowers, I have posted a picture of my newest addition to my garden. Huge cone flowers. I actually already have some cone flowers on the other side of my garden, but they're not like super tall like this bad boy. Like this guy is like so tall. And it might have been the wrong time to buy it with a tropical storm / hurricane on its way. But we'll see how it fares. Really pretty. Nice orange color. Reminds me a little bit of the sun when you look at it. Kind of cool looking. Now, my favorite things to grow. I got a gardenia plant this year, and I'm having a second blooming now, and there's just flowers all over, and I love them because they smell so amazing. But always my rock stars, my superstars every year are my Gerber daisies. And the reason is because they are a hardy little flower. They don't need a ton of water, and they love lots and lots of sun. So they get plenty of sun, and sometimes I forget to water. Yes, I'm going to just say it. Sometimes I forget to water, and I walk outside, and all my plants and all of my flowers are droopy, and their leaves are all shriveled up, and they're like, we're dying. But not the Gerber daisies. They're like, we're standing tall, Mom. We got this. Don't worry. So they've always been my superstars, but I have been spreading out. I love my black-eyed Susans, too. I've had them in my garden for a number of years. They came back very sparse this year. Last year, they were enormous, and this year they came back pretty small. So we'll see what happens next year. I wanted to hear what your favorite flower was to grow. And Jim says, normally I like begonias because they're the only thing that lasts all summer. But this year they're all practically dead already. Fitting for 2020, I suppose. He says he will have dead begonias until I plant my mums in the fall. Okay. Yeah, I'm a fan of mums too. I don't put them in my actual garden. I usually just buy pots of those. Marcy says, is it Vinca? I'm not sure, but they're very pretty. You want to check out any of these flowers. They're on the Hopefulist page. Denise says sunflowers. I was over at my neighbor's house the other day. He has enormous sunflowers in the front of his yard. Diane posted a picture and just wrote, these are my favorite. And I was like, Diane, you got to tell me what they are. And she said, I have no idea. She said, I bought them from someone who were selling them, but I love them. They look like they might be impatiens, at least in that family. But they're purple and there's lots of them. And yeah, they're very pretty. So I'm not sure what they are. If you happen to see it on the Hopefulist page and you know what they are, you just shout out the answer. Just shout it right out or write it out. You know what I mean. Moving on to today's blog post. Like I said, it's a very exciting time. We are talking about living with intention. That's right. There's no better way than to live with intention. And we're going to be talking about this for about the next 4 weeks, and I'm really excited because this is when the real work comes in. And that probably doesn't sound exciting to you, but when the real work comes in, that's when you see the change. That's when you see things begin to turn into a better scenario in your life. This is when change can seem daunting, but once you build new habits, it will be so worth it. This week, we're going to be focusing on our health. So, yay, it's not something I talk about much, except for how I try to eat healthy during the week, give myself a little leeway on the weekends. I know I talk about that all the time, but I'm going to be talking about everything from the importance of sleep to fitness and eating foods that fuel your body as opposed to zapping your energy, and self-care, of course. It's a big week. Are you as excited as I am? I thought you were. And when it comes to sleep, make sure you get enough. I know it's tough to do. I know. But if you don't get enough sleep, you can't function at full capacity. It's the first thing we all throw out when we get busy. We just stay up later getting all our stuff done and still get up at the crack of dawn. You can't make sound decisions when you are lacking sleep. It throws off everything. Makes you eat foods you don't necessarily need. It makes you grouchy. You're certainly not at your productive peak. We all tend to think we can skimp on sleep, but how would you feel if you knew your surgeon was up all night getting chores done instead of getting the right amount of rest to be in top form? I know you likely aren't performing surgery or in life or death situations, but your boss or your business is just as important, whether it be for you or someone else. When we get the proper amount of sleep, we have the energy to face the day. We face everything when we can face everything because we're in top decision-making form. We are more clear-headed and able to choose solutions to problems and come up with needed ideas to move projects forward. Lack of sleep bogs us down and puts us in slow motion. It takes up so much room in our brain because we can't focus on anything except how tired we are. Look at the picture I posted. It's my dog, blissfully asleep. Dogs and babies, they can sleep anywhere under any conditions, right? If only it were that easy for the rest of us. Prioritizing your sleep will help in so many ways, but mainly it will refresh and renew your energy to get done what you need to do throughout the day. We all want energy. We buy it in a bottle, in a pill. We would exercise to get more of it. But if we just got enough sleep, we could get it naturally. I'm not saying not to exercise. That's not what I'm saying at all. I know it can be hard to get the required amount of sleep, especially if you have little ones. But if you don't prioritize your sleep, who will? Is there a way you can get to bed just an hour earlier? Just 1 hour. Instead of watching 2 hours of TV, maybe watch one. Or set a nightly routine that will help relax you and prepare you for those Z's. I tend to read while in bed to help put me to sleep. I love my Kindle for this reason. I can snuggle up in bed without a light that would disturb my husband and read until my eyelids get droopy. Do you have issues with sleep? Insomnia. Wow, it is a real epidemic in this country. I think because it's so hard for us to shut down our thoughts. I have had insomnia for the past 20 years. It's taken shape in all forms. I've struggled to get to sleep. Then there were times I could fall asleep easily, but I would wake up in the middle of the night and not get back to sleep. I would sometimes lay in bed for 2 to 3 hours every day before getting up for work, just trying to get back to sleep. No wonder I was so moody all the time. What helped me, and I'm not recommending or not recommending, I'm merely telling you what helped me. Anti-anxiety medication. I was always against medication. I thought everyone has highs and lows and you're supposed to work through them. But as I was in therapy a few years ago, she told me she was worried the amount of stress I carried with me was becoming actually hazardous to my health. She talked about fearing stroke and heart problems. So I talked with my primary doctor, and he prescribed me something. Not only did it help with my nonstop worrying, but I got my sleep back. I didn't even expect that. But it's one of the amazing gifts I've gotten since when I went on this medication. It feels so good. So good to sleep through the night. And if I have to get up to use the bathroom, I know I will get back to sleep now. Ugh. I love my sleep. I've always been a sleeper. Always loved my sleep. My mom told me when I was a little kid, sometimes she wouldn't be able to find me. She'd go in my bedroom. I'd be curled up in bed, taking a nap. Put myself right to bed. Yeah, I still take naps. I'm taking one soon. But we all know how important sleep is. But we so rarely do all we can to get the amount we really need. Make it a priority. It is so important. If you can figure this one thing out, getting your health in order will be easier. With that said, yep, I'm off to take a nap. It is Monday, my favorite day of the week after Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a brand new week full of possibilities and opportunities. I hope you do great things this week, especially getting enough sleep. Now go out there and be a badass. I'm cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Hope you get a nap in today, too.